Hi, I'm Kay Dean, and this is the story about how Fake Review Watch got started. You may have heard the recently aired story on Reveal featuring my work, but I'd like to tell it in my own words. It involves a psychiatric practice that threatens people over Yelp reviews, fakes reviews, fakes awards, and even fakes being a lawyer. It's also a story about how big tech allows all this fraud and how our consumer protection agencies do nothing about it. In 2017, I was looking for a psychiatrist on Yelp, and I noticed that Savant had lots of good Yelp reviews. They had multiple clinics in California, and one was in the Bay Area not too far away, so I decided to give them a try. But the experience did not go well, and I wrote a factual, well-considered negative Yelp review of the practice. This is the Yelp review I wrote on February 20th, 2017 about my experience with Savant. I said that they were trying to be too tech-savvy and detailed the problems I had with their online appointment system. Then I discussed my experience with a doctor who was distracted with a personal issue during my appointment. I finished by mentioning that she tried to sell me on genetic testing and described my concerns with that after doing my own research. I figured that was the end of my association with Savant. 2 months later, I received this letter from Oakview Law Group signed by attorney Sasha Ganji, threatening me with legal action over my factual Yelp review of Savant. The letter misstates what I said in my review, implies that I'm a racist, and calls me reprehensible. You can see on page 2 that Savant is simultaneously threatening further legal action and offering me $50 to take down my review. I never cashed the check, and I refused to take down my review. After months of further harassment, I sued Savant in small claims court as a matter of principle and won a nominal judgment for negligent infliction of emotional distress. This is the notice of entry of judgment, proving I won the case. Months later, I discovered that someone had actually forged the signature of the attorney, Sasha Ganji, on that original letter I received threatening me with legal action. Someone also fraudulently presented himself as Mr. Ganji in subsequent emails. I have proof from Mr. Ganji, who is a real attorney, that he had nothing to do with it. This was done behind my back and without my knowledge or permission, he wrote. So you get an idea already what kind of a sleazy practice Savant is. I wish I had known before I went to court that the original letter threatening me with legal action was actually a forgery. Around the time of my court case, I had become suspicious about the authenticity of many of Savant's reviews. Many read like advertisements. Plus, one review on Yelp really got my attention. This is a Yelp review by Melissa R. of San Francisco, alerting people that she had been offered money to write a fake review for Savant. She even provided screenshots of the Craigslist solicitation. Yelp promptly removed that review for violating their terms of service, but not before I grabbed a screenshot of it. I began to do more research. Never would I have imagined that I would move far beyond Savant, uncovering the massive corruption of Yelp, Google, and other review sites, all facilitated by Facebook. Here's how I got started. I began with this Google review of Savant by someone with the unusual name of Shea Bonefil. It reads like an advertisement. A Google search of Shea Bonefil led me to his Facebook page, where I saw that he was a member of various Facebook groups devoted to buying, selling, and trading fake reviews. I was astonished at what I was seeing. I hadn't known such groups existed. In one of these public groups, I saw that this Shea Bonefil had responded to a solicitation by a John P. who was looking for Yelp and Google reviews in the Bay Area. This got my attention since the Savant location I went to was in the Bay Area. I wondered if this John P. could be associated with Savant. So I began researching John P.'s activity in Facebook groups. Here he is looking for Yelp review exchanges in California, and here he wants Google reviews. In one solicitation for California reviews, I saw John P. publicly messaging with a person named Keita Almond. Almond states that she is from Conroe, Texas. I remembered that someone with the unusual name of Keita had left a Yelp review for Savant Care. In fact, here's the Yelp review for the Savant Care Clinic in San Francisco by Keita A. of Conroe, Texas. Looking at Keita Almond's Facebook profile, I saw that she manages guaranteed credit services in Conroe, Texas. I saw that John P. liked guaranteed credit services on Facebook. I searched guaranteed credit services on Yelp, and I saw that they had received this 5-star review from a JP in Los Altos, California. Savant Care has a clinic in Los Altos. Also remember that the name of the person soliciting on Facebook is John P. A search of Google reviews for Savant Care's Los Altos clinic shows this 5-star Google review from Guaranteed Credit Services. I now had evidence that a John P. on Facebook was trading for reviews for Savant Care, and that he was using this JP Los Altos, California Yelp profile. After that, I uncovered multiple other fake review trades on behalf of Savant Care using the Yelp profile JP Los Altos. I'll show you a few here, starting with Vivai Dermatology, who was also featured in the reveal story. I noted a Shanice Lazama in the Facebook groups. Here's one of her sample posts in the Yelp Review Exchange Facebook group. The top photo here is from Shanice Lazama's Facebook page, where she's pictured with Dr. Janet Vivai. It also includes a comment from Dr. Janet Vivai. Below is the same photo from Vivai Dermatology's Facebook page. I have now established that Lazama works for Vivai Dermatology. Note the highlighted photo on Lazama's Facebook page. The same photo is used on the Yelp profile Shanice M. of Los Angeles, so I concluded that Lazama is using this Yelp profile to trade reviews. On February 26, 2018, Lazama left this 5-star review for the Savant Care Clinic in San Francisco. She says that she booked her first appointment with Dr. Walker on ZocDoc. She continues, Dr. Walker is no nonsense, very authoritative in a great respectful way. Using the Google profile Shanice Martin, Lazama also provided this 5-star Google review for Savant Care's clinic in Los Altos, using the identical text as her Yelp review, therefore linking the two accounts. I also found this ZocDoc review for Savant Care's Dr. Walker, using part of the text as in Lazama's Yelp and Google reviews, so Savant Care is also faking ZocDoc reviews. On the same day, February 26, 2018, Savant Care repaid the favor by providing Vivai Dermatology this fake Yelp review from JP Los Altos, and this Google review by a John Page. Savant Care's next trade was with Bugsy's Blinds in Las Vegas. According to the Better Business Bureau, Bugsy's Blinds is managed by Conrad Trevino. Here's Trevino on Facebook, soliciting Yelp and Google review exchanges in Las Vegas. And here is a Google review provided by Trevino of Savant Care's Los Altos, California clinic. According to the Bugsy's Blinds website, founder Conrad Trevino is a fan of former Las Vegas mobster Benjamin Bugsy Siegel, which probably accounts for his Benjamin-esque pseudonym on Yelp. Here is his February 15, 2018 Yelp review of Savant Care's San Francisco clinic. It's quite an elaborate story to account for the fact that a Las Vegas resident is reviewing a San Francisco psychiatrist. By the way, this fake review has been recommended by Yelp for over 2.5 years. Savant Care repaid the favor by giving Bugsy's Blinds this fake Yelp review on the same day. In doing my research on Savant Care's fake reviews, I discovered a Southern California review broker who had given Savant Care a fake Yelp review in exchange for a review of one of his Bay Area clients. This is the broker interviewed in the reveal story referred to as N. N has a network of college kids who he employs to write fake Yelp reviews. Here's an advertisement by N on Facebook, telling businesses that he has 20 Yelp elites and over 300 Yelpers ready to write fake reviews. This is the Yelp review N wrote of Savant Care's San Francisco clinic on January 26, 2018. He admits in the Reveal interview that this is a fake review. He never went to the clinic, and that it was part of an exchange. In return, Savant Care provided this Yelp review by JP to N's client, Everlast Construction, on the same day. I'd planned on taking all of this information and more to the district attorney's office, so I wanted to make sure the case was airtight as possible. I therefore decided to reply to one of John P.'s solicitations on Facebook myself. Here's the end of my Facebook private messages with John P. You can see that it's John P. on the left. My comments are in blue. He wants me to write a review for Savant Care's San Francisco clinic and mention Dr. Walker and support staff. Then at the bottom he asks if we're exchanging or if he's paying me. Bingo! Further proof that Savant Care is faking reviews. I had my suspicions regarding who the real person was behind the scenes that was acting as John P. on Facebook and JP on Yelp. I found something that confirmed my suspicions. In July 2018, I saw this Yelp review provided by JP for the Castaneda law firm in San Jose. I checked for Google reviews of Castaneda, and I found this. This is a Google review of Castaneda provided around the same date and using the exact same text as that on the JP Yelp review. You can see that it was posted by Vikas Kadia. Vikas Kadia is the name of the husband of the head doctor at Savant Care and runs the business end. I'd met him in small claims court, so this confirmed to me that Kadia was the one arranging these Savant Care review trades. Here's Kadia's LinkedIn page showing his connection to Savant Care. In analyzing these Savant Care review trades, I noticed that many of the Yelp reviewers I was tracking had reviewed many businesses in common. To see what was happening more clearly, I started plotting the reviewers and the businesses they reviewed on spreadsheets. Here's a subset of a larger spreadsheet showing some of the Yelp reviewers for Savant Care and other businesses they reviewed. Notice the suspicious patterns in reviews here. For example, of these 17 Savant Care reviewers, 10 happened to use the same dentist in Los Angeles, and 9 used the same wedding DJ. 5 even used the same tattoo parlor. In fact, 3 patients of Savant Care used the same Los Angeles dentist, the same attic company, the same fertility clinic, and the same dentist in Tijuana, Mexico. None of this is believable. Keep in mind that while you don't see this information, Yelp certainly does. These reviews for Savant Care were written in early 2018 or before. They remained active on Yelp for 2 years until Reveal started investigating. Only then did Yelp remove these reviews. In fact, Yelp removed 9 of these reviews the very day before Reveal interviewed Yelp's PR guy, Vince Salito. But fake reviews were not the only way Savant Care was tricking people into using their clinic. They were also posting bogus awards as well. This post was on Savant Care's Facebook page claiming Dr. Sonia Parikh was awarded Best Psychiatrist by the City of Los Altos. Trouble is, the City of Los Altos has no such award program. Savant Care went on claiming on their website that Dr. Parikh had won the same non-existent award in 2016, 17, and 18 as well. Savant Care even claimed that they were inducted into the Los Altos Business Hall of Fame. There is no Business Hall of Fame in Los Altos. Finally, they were called out on these bogus awards by a local newspaper, the Los Altos Town Crier. Savant Care then removed the awards from their site and social media. So I took all of this and more to the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office in March of 2018. It's now October 2020, and while they were supposedly investigating, nothing has happened. Savant Care continues to deceive patients with fake reviews and has even defrauded people. Way back in 2017, I saw this Yelp review claiming Savant Care was fraudulently charging a credit card. Savant Care responded, arguing that they were legitimate charges. Why Yelp removed this review for violating its terms of service is beyond me. So much for Yelp protecting consumers. Here's a recent review by Renee E., who claims Savant Care defrauded her for over $3,000 over the past 3 years. I've spoken with Renee. She sent a complaint to the DA, but was told to report it to her local police department. So much for Santa Clara County protecting consumers. I submitted evidence packages to the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office, the Medical Board of California, and the California State Bar. None of these agencies have done a thing. What about Yelp? If you look at Savant Care's clinics on Yelp today, October 10th, 2020, this is what you see: 4 to 4.5 star ratings and no mention of any fraud. By the way, the same goes for Google. Many of Savant Care's Google reviews are also demonstrably fake. My experience with Savant Care spurred my larger investigation into fake online reviews, and I discovered how widespread the problem is. The tech companies are complicit, and no one is doing anything about it. The online review world is the Wild West, and there is no sheriff.